Hey GlamFam, Linwood here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to do some Elsa style braids that are fanned out a bit on this mannequin here. So I'm going to go ahead and bring you in a little bit closer because there's no sense in doing a long delay in what we're doing, and that way you can easily see what's going on. So I've got my mannequin here in clear view, and I'm going to start off by sectioning off a portion of her hair. You guys know how I feel about starting off with triangles anytime we're doing French braiding, Dutch braiding, cornrowing, anything like that. Which, by the way, I have tutorials for all of those. You can check out my braiding playlist either by clicking on the eye in the top right corner or by checking out the description box down below. I'm going to start off here with 3 strands, and we're going to be doing underhand braids like cornrowing. So I'm going to come right on under again, and then I'm going to begin to pick up. So this is just basically a Dutch braid at this point. Coming right on under, gonna swipe underneath here one more time and go on under, and basically I'm going to do this until I get about 2 steps down. I'll show you guys what I mean when I say 2 steps. So here we go, passing right on underneath here. I'm just going to continue right on down the section of hair like so. Now I prepped this hair by basically blowing it out with a blow dryer, and then from there I went ahead and applied a bit of Rusk's Deep Shine oil on there. I absolutely love this stuff. If you don't have that, you could use like an argan oil or something like that, but I just love the slip on that one. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and continue picking up this hair. And now that I've gotten down here, you can see I've got 2 steps. So what I'm saying when I say steps is I've got 1, 2 little sections there, 1, 2 here. Let me see if I can zoom you in a little closer so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so when I say 2 steps, here's the section I'm braiding. We've got 1, 2 steps on the top, 1, 2 steps. So I'm going to go up to that top step there and pull at it just a bit, and then we're going to do the same thing with this step here, and from there I'm going to continue on braiding. Right on down the section of hair. So now that I've done that under, I'm going to go 2 steps up again and fan out, 2 steps here and fan out. We're just going to continue this process all the way down the section of hair. Under, adding in here, going under. Now this is slightly different from fanning out the braids typically like we would, and I'll show you exactly why here shortly. I'm just going to continue by bringing and fanning out the edges of these. Now I want them to get really wide like butterfly wings. So we're just going to go ahead and fan those babies all the way out, almost as wide as we can get them. Nice and wide, okay? Picking up a bit of hair here. Coming on under. Picking up here and coming under. We're just going to continue right on through there, and then from here we just bring it back up again and fan out. Coming 2 steps up and fanning out here. Just like so. We're going to continue that all the way down this section. So I'm going to skip ahead a bit, and then that way I can kind of show you guys what it looks like after you've done this for a little bit here. Okay, GlamFam, so instead of skipping forward, I decided to just go ahead and speed it up, and I figured that way you guys can kind of see what's going on in between space. I didn't want to just jump forward and have you guys feel like I was doing some special technique that looked better or whatever, made it easier, but I did kind of want you guys to see the full process and kind of how this braid comes together, because starting out it kind of looked like, okay, how's it going to get to that fullness? As you add in hair, you're able to fan those braids out more and more. So I will say be patient. If it doesn't look like it's starting out the way you want it to in terms of fullness, braid a bit further down, continue the process, you'll notice that the more hair you're able to add, the better the braid will begin to look. Now I will tell you, don't stress over small flyaways. Those are okay. Now if you notice major loops and flyaways, which you'll see me kind of smooth a few of those out, then you'll want to focus on that. I will tell you, you really want to, and here I've slowed it down, you really want to focus on smoothing the strands and smoothing the pieces that you're adding in. That's the detail work to focus on. And I will tell you, if you are not familiar with Dutch braiding, you need to go and watch my tutorial on that before you even attempt this. Especially if this is your first time doing any type of braiding to the scalp, I would really suggest that you check out my tutorial on underhand braiding and then Dutch braiding, then this. But you guys can see I'm just lightly tugging on those sections. Now if you notice as you're braiding that it's pulling those sections that you tugged back in quite a bit, then instead of going down and then braiding up 2 steps, you know what I'm saying, you would want to go ahead and do 3 steps instead, and that way your tightness of your braid is not going to pull as much on your fanned out sections. I hope that just made sense in what I said. It sounded a little confusing, so for everyone who's like drunk with confusion right now, I'm sorry. I still love you though. So same rules apply here as with a Dutch braid. You want to make sure that you're staying in those hands pretty tight in towards the nape, that you're tilting the head forward because we don't want to cause any undue tightness or traction alopecia, aka baldness, due to pulling the hair too tight in the nape. By the way, the nape is the area in the back of the head where the skull stops and the soft portion of the head kind of is back there. So anywhere where hair is growing in that neck area up there is considered nape. It's everything beneath the occipital bone in the back. So we're just going to continue this process and go through it, and I'm going to speed back up here in a minute just so you guys can kind of see how you would continue this braid all the way through. So we sped it up ×4. Hopefully it's not too fast for you, but we're just going to continue this process all the way through the braided portion. And I went ahead and zoomed out so you guys can kind of see what I do on the ends. Now if you'll notice, that section of hair was really tangly, so I just went ahead and picked up a brush and brushed it out. If you need to do that, go ahead and do it. But hopefully here you guys can see the massive difference between the size of the braid and how large it gets when you begin to fan it out, and it really just gives you a beautiful finished look. This can work great for like your updos where you're doing like those flower rose tutorials, which don't worry, I'll do one for you one of these days. I'll put it in the braiding playlist with the plethora of other braiding videos I have there. Once you get down to the end, I always have someone who asks me, so you want to go ahead and secure the hair with an elastic or a rubber band, and you're just going to wrap it around those ends. Then once I get that done, you'll see me kind of go through, check for symmetry, and just kind of fan out any sections I feel like could be fanned a little further, just to make it look a bit more even and not so lumpy. So areas where I'm noticing, you know what, we can fan that out a bit more, get a little smoother, I'll go ahead and do that. And I just love the textural feel that you get here. Now, of course, if you want to hit it with hairspray for little flyaways and things, you can, but I'm not a product junkie. So hopefully you like it. If so, let me know in the comment box below. And until next time, you guys, stay glam. Love you.